Hey everyone, this is Eason here. Today we're going to be doing AP Human Geography 2.3 Population Composition. So some prerequisite terms I want to go over is guest worker, which is normally a man who is legally allowed into a country to work for a limited time. Now the next word I want to go through is age dependency ratio of those in the workforce to those who are not. People who are usually going to be in the workforce are going to be between ages 15 and 64, and those who are not are going to be between the ages of 14 and 65 to 150, if you'd like. Now, a guest worker is going to be allowed in the country for a limited amount of time. Popular guest workers are going to be because they want oil, or they're in the military. That's going to be a guest worker. Now let's get into population pyramids. They show population growth and the age-sex ratio in a place, not necessarily just a country. This could be for a local scale analysis or for the whole world. So here's what a population pyramid looks like. This one does look like a pyramid. There are some that don't even look like a pyramid. They are upside down. They may look like a skyscraper. It just depends on the location. This population pyramid is for Kenya. They have a population of 52 million. Now, as you can see here, it is pyramid shape. So pyramid shape is going to be population is increasing for both genders. So the pink is the female and male is the blue. Now they're both getting wider as the pyramid develops, so it's increasing. And looking at a pretty steady pace, not increasing exponentially, it's kind of adding up, over time. That's an arrow. Government money may be spent on education that benefit the youth rather than healthcare. This is because there's more people in the country of Kenya that are children. So the government is going to be spending money on what benefits majority of the country. There is less people in that elderly stage, hardly anyone over the age of 65. So they're not going to be spending stuff on the healthcare or any other senior benefits. Now, note, most countries with a population pyramid that is like a pyramid is a developing country. So any that's a pretty simple triangle is a developing country. One that's going to be a skyscraper or an upside-down pyramid is going to be most likely developed. Alright, here we go. Another population pyramid. This one is not a skyscraper, but it's not a pyramid, and it's not an upside-down pyramid. However, population is decreasing for both genders. They had their time 30 to 60 years ago with, a big boom of babies, but now it's starting to die down a little bit. Maybe you don't need as much children in this country anymore. So that means the population pyramid is most likely for a developed country because it is not a pyramid. The age-sex ratio is still the same, but, however, it is less babies being born than before. Population is declining. The country is Greece. So we already know Greece is a developed country. So that explains the population pyramid. Now, a problem that the country might face is finding people to replace the jobs currently fulfilled. As you can see, those big parts where they had that baby boom are currently most likely in the workforce. Now, if they're going to retire when their children become in that dependency area, then there's going to be less jobs fulfilled. So some people might leave the country. Some people might come to the country for these jobs. The economy will suffer because of this. And because, as you can see, like I said earlier, there's going to be more adults than children. It's an aging country. Multiple choice question practice. What country has a high amount of guest workers? There's only one population pyramid that has a high amount of guest workers. So determine which country it is based off the 5 answer choices and their population pyramids. The correct answer is A. You can see there's a higher amount of men than women in this country. A huge higher amount of men. And we learned earlier that guest workers are particularly going to be men. So that kind of explains where the guest workers are. No other country population pyramid, these are country-based, have that big increase in men. There are some with a little bit increase, but not as big as the first country. This was B, the B answer choice, was the United States of America. So, the United States of America is about 0 population growth. So, it's not at, high population growth, but it's not at negative population growth. It looks like it is. We're just going to have to wait and see a couple of years for it to determine. As you can see here, men were at 3.3 and 3.3 for about 10 years. So this could go up to 3.1, 3.2 in the next coming years or so. Now, in these brackets, there was a spike in babies. Why were there a spike in babies in these brackets? Well, around this time, World War II ended. So men were away and families couldn't have children. So when the war ended, families had children. And this period was called the baby boom. Alright, here we go. This is a zip code, so a local scale of analysis. And there's a college town here. As you can see, there is more people between the ages of 15 to 24 than anywhere else in this county. Or I don't know if it's a county with just one zip code. We'll just say county for right now. But you can see that is a college town. There is more people at that younger age. More people who are younger, young adults, will be in college. Now, in the state of Connecticut, what towns might this population pyramid be of? So think of towns where there's colleges or universities. The AP test will not give a question like this. If they do, very rare, they will do something kind of easy. It'll be multiple choice, and they will ask you, okay, what population pyramid might this town represent the best, or what town best represents this population pyramid? But if you can't think of any Connecticut towns with universities, look them up. Okay, here we go. So New Haven, Connecticut is where Yale is. Mansfield is where University of Connecticut is. And then New London is where Connecticut College is. Those are 3 towns where, this high population for young adults are going to be. If there was a university in Hartford, I believe there probably is like Hartford College or something, Hartford University. Hartford is the capital of Connecticut. So there's going to be, higher young adults probably there, because, if there is a university or college. But there's also it's going to be less percentage-wise, because Hartford is the capital. There's people living in the capital. If you think of a town in a state that has, okay, it's a normal town that has a college, and then you have a town that is the capital, or I'm going to say city that's the capital, there's going to be, of course, more people living in the city. So there's going to be a less percentage of young adults in the city of Hartford or any city that has a university in it. Of course, there will be an increase in young adults. Alright, here's a wrap-up of what we've learned. We've learned patterns of age structure and sex ratio vary across different regions and may be mapped and analyzed at different scales. And we also learned population pyramids are used to assess population growth and decline and to predict markets for goods and services. Now, there's a skill check in the description below. Do it. It'll help you.